Hey there YouTube, Webcam 9000 here, today to give you a quick overview of iOS 7 beta. This is actually beta 3 that I'm running on my phone right now. I'm using the betas since beta 1, but I didn't want to really sort of show you beta 1 because obviously that was sort of quite unstable. I just sort of wanted to give it a little while before it came a little bit more stable before I actually showed you anything. But yeah, I'm just going to go sort of jump right ahead into this and show you what we've got. So, please sort of forgive me if anything crashes. I say like I waited a while before like showing you guys, but it's still a little bit unstable. So you can see here, this is beta 3. The lock screen is entirely different now. There's no slide bar anymore. It's just slide, and you can actually slide anywhere to unlock. So from here you can actually, there are a few more changes. You can see here the signal bar has changed, and the battery icon has changed a little bit as well. So we can see here that actually you've got an arrow at the top and an arrow at the bottom. We can slide down and check our notification center anywhere we like, and just slide that back up. And also we can access mission control as well and sort of change different things on there. So let's just go in there. So the first change, I mean, right from the off, everything has changed. Everything looks different and it feels different. So I'm just gonna show you. You can see here as I type in my code, which I've changed just for this. You can see that the background sort of lights up behind it, and it's a nice touch. Oh, I entered that wrong. Oh yes, no, I am entering it wrong. 1379. Anyway, there we go. So you can see there was a lovely animation there to sort of come up with this new home screen, and it's very nice. It's very fluid. It looks very pretty, sort of a bit cartoony, but nice all the same. So you know, again, you can access your mission control from anywhere, and you can also access spotlight search like so. It's not just sort of by itself anymore to the side, which is quite a nice touch actually. And then obviously your notification center, which now gives you sort of like a quick weather update for the day, and you can see there that you can go all and check all the notifications that are on your notification center. You can see here that like it tells you when apps have been updated, it gives you Facebook notifications, all that, and then if you've missed any, so those are just all the ones that you have, and then if you've missed any and you haven't checked them, they come up here. So that's notification center. Looks a bit nicer, looks a bit cleaner, and is just sort of overall pretty good. So as you can see, the home screen has sort of got a new sort of changed layout. I'll just sort of show you what it looks like inside of a folder. So you can see it's got this sort of like frosted glass look effect, which is really nice, and sort of shows off the background slightly as well at the same time. And obviously we can now have sort of paged folders, and I have tested this. You can have pretty much as many pages as you can add, and it will keep going and going and going, sort of just like the home screen. It doesn't really stop. It's a wonderful feature, and you know, I used it sort of a little bit when I had a jailbreak. You know, one that was obviously sort of Cydia, but this is just wonderful. You know, it's just a fantastic feature, and I'm so glad that they've got it here. Next, let's quickly have a look at the music app. So you can see here that sort of the icons have changed a bit. You've got, it's still pretty much essentially the same app that you know and love. Unfortunately, I can't access iTunes Radio as it's only a US feature, so I might link to a video down in the bar for that. But you can see here, you know, it's got a slightly different layout, but if you go and you know, you've still got everything you're used to. And then if I go, let's just play a song without getting into copyright trouble. So you can see here that the sort of now playing screen is very clean, very refreshed. It's got a nice sort of, you know, white background now, and all your controls are here, quite simple to use. So you've got your shuffle and sort of things like that, and you can tap and you can check your song lyrics as well if you really want to, which is quite nice. And then so you could obviously go back, or you can check the actual like listings of the album, and then So you can either hit the arrow to go back, or you can slide back, and almost every app has this now. It's this sort of very nice transition. You can just sort of slide and it sort of gracefully goes back to the screen before, which I really like. And then actually, if you look here, there's a nice little touch. You can see when a song is playing in the side, there's a little sort of animation to show that the song's playing. So I really like that. And obviously the last feature, they've gotten rid of cover flow, and there's now this beautiful sort of mosaic sort of styled album artwork to all your tracks, and you can zoom in, so you can have like you know, close up of your album art, or you can have like a zoomed out look, which, you know, I do use occasionally from time to time, but not all the time. And then you can choose an album like that, and it's a really sort of nice feature, and it works nicely. So I haven't really had too much problem with the music app yet. So next I'll briefly look at settings. I shan't sort of dabble in this too long, but you can see here that a lot of the things have sort of changed. It looks completely different. You know, or your toggles look different now. So if I go into sort of cellular, for example, you can see there's sort of like a rounded sort of green look to it, and you just sort of you can tap, and it's quite a nice look, you know, and it sort of looks quite smooth and sort of fits in with the rest of the sort of cartoony sort of feel that iOS 7 has, I guess. And again, you can slide back through the pages really sort of neatly, so you don't actually have to worry about hitting any back buttons. You just sort of use your finger. Yeah, there's not really all too much that has changed in the settings. It's just pretty much as is, but just the sort of the appearance. Just close out of that. So with those two apps now sort of running in the background, if I double tap, multitasking has changed slightly. So now we have this wonderful sort of like cover flow effect, oddly enough, of your sort of your open apps, which is really nice, actually, really very pretty. And so you know, you can swipe up, which is very reminiscent of the Palm OS, which was, you know, quite nice. But I'll clear out some more in a minute and show you that again in a sec. There's now sort of a very lovely sort of fluid motion to sort of messages when you get a text message and you sort of go back through a conversation. It's all very fluid, it's all very nice, and this is sort of incorporated throughout the whole operating system. Actually, the whole thing is just very neat now and sort of very well presented. I quite like all this effect. As you can see, the calendar app has changed again. It's one of these sort of more simpler designs. They've gotten rid of like the glass, the felt, the everything, and you can just sort of scroll endlessly through your calendar, you know, and it sort of gives you your days. It's just a sort of basic calendar app. You know, you could go in onto a day and you can add events and whatnot, you know, by tapping and holding. You know, just sort of the calendar, you know, but sort of tweaked and changed a little bit. So if I cancel out of that, you can go back to sort of the year that you're on, or then you can actually sort of go back again to the a much wider view, and actually go through years, which is really quite cool. And so you can go far into the future before it crashes, no doubt. So now I've actually got some more things open. I can go through and show you. So when you close off things, you just sort of swipe them up, and you can actually swipe more than one thing off at a time. So if I really wanted to, I could swipe all three of those off at once, and then just be left with my home screen, which is really quite nice. There are a few other changes. The weather app has changed slightly. The clock has now got a live sort of tile to it, which is quite nice. So a lot of little things have changed, but mostly it's just the same sort of iOS that you know and love. Your control center is pretty bog standard. You've got your controls. You've got toggles at the top here, which are really handy. I'm sort of hoping that you'll be able to add like sort of customizable ones, so like maybe 3G on and off, which I probably use the most. And obviously you've got your flashlight, your timer, your calculator and camera. And they haven't really changed all too much, but you know, it's a very nice effect. And iOS 7 is just looking up to be really good, and if anything major changes, I will of course add it. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. Please be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and like if you liked it. If you want to see any more videos on iOS 7 at all, just let me know and I can make one, and I will see you guys in the next video.